Older men notice this first, but most women don't realize it. After 60, most women spend countless hours worrying about wrinkles, gray hair, and whether their bodies still measure up to impossible standards. But here's what might surprise you. When mature men first meet you, they're not focused on what you think they're looking at. There are 5 specific things they notice immediately that have nothing to do with your physical appearance, and most women have no idea how powerful these qualities actually are. Welcome back to Wise Advice for Elderly. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 things older men really notice first when they meet you. And none of them are what you've been told to worry about. This insight will completely change how you approach dating and relationships after 60, because once you understand what truly captures a mature man's attention, you'll realize you already possess qualities far more attractive than youth or conventional beauty. These aren't about tricks or manipulation. They're about recognizing the authentic qualities that draw quality men to you like a magnet, and learning how to let these natural assets shine even brighter. But first, if you're ready to discover what makes you irresistibly attractive to the right kind of mature man, hit that subscribe button now. Here at Wise Advice for Elderly, we help you understand your true power in love and relationships, no matter what your age.
Thing number 1, your energy and emotional presence. Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And this is the first thing mature men notice about you. Not your appearance, but your energy, your emotional presence, the feeling you create when you walk into a room. Think about this. By the time a man reaches 60 or beyond, he's seen it all. He's met beautiful women who drained his energy, attractive women who brought drama and chaos, younger women who made him feel old and inadequate. What he craves now isn't perfection. It's peace, joy, and positive energy. When Robert, 68, described meeting his partner Linda, he said, "The moment she walked into that coffee shop, something shifted in the atmosphere. She wasn't the youngest or most glamorous woman there, but there was something about her presence, the way she smiled at the barista, how comfortable she seemed in her own skin, the lightness she brought with her. I felt drawn to that energy before I even noticed what she looked like." Your emotional energy speaks volumes before you say a word. Men notice whether you carry yourself with confidence or insecurity, whether you radiate warmth or defensiveness, whether you seem at peace with yourself or constantly fighting internal battles. The key insight: mature men have learned that a woman's energy determines the quality of every interaction they'll have with her. They're subconsciously asking, will spending time with this woman add to my life or drain from it?
Thing number 2, how you treat other people. The second thing older men notice immediately is how you interact with others. The server, the cashier, strangers you encounter. This reveals your character in ways that carefully crafted conversation never could. Carl Jung observed, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." Mature men have learned this truth through experience, and they pay close attention to how you handle irritations, disappointments, and interactions with people who can't do anything for you. David, 65, shared this story. "I was on a first date with Margaret, and our server was clearly having a terrible day. Got our order wrong twice, spilled water on the table. Instead of getting frustrated, Margaret was kind and patient, even left an extra generous tip. That's when I knew I was with someone special. How she treated that struggling young man told me everything about her heart." Men over 60 notice whether you're condescending or respectful to service workers, how you speak about people who aren't present, whether you show empathy for others' struggles,
your patience level when things don't go smoothly, and how you handle people who can't benefit you in any way. This matters because mature men understand that how you treat others when you think no one important is watching reveals who you really are. They know that eventually they'll need your kindness during their own difficult moments.
Thing number 3, your relationship with yourself. The third thing that immediately catches an older man's attention is your relationship with yourself. How comfortable you are in your own skin, how you speak about yourself, and whether you seem to genuinely like who you are. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Men over 60 have learned that a woman who constantly seeks validation or apologizes for her existence or speaks negatively about herself becomes emotionally exhausting to be around. Thomas, 69, explained, "When I met Susan, what struck me immediately was that she never once put herself down or made self-deprecating jokes. She didn't fish for compliments or constantly point out her flaws. She seemed genuinely comfortable with who she was, and that confidence was incredibly attractive. I realized I'd been dating women who expected me to constantly reassure them, and it was exhausting." Men notice whether you speak kindly about yourself, need constant reassurance, or can self-validate, apologize excessively or own your space confidently, focus on your flaws or appreciate your strengths, and seem at peace with your age and stage of life. The psychology behind this. Mature men want partners, not projects. They're drawn to women who have done the inner work to accept and appreciate themselves because it signals emotional maturity and relationship readiness. If you're recognizing your own emotional maturity and self-acceptance, give this video a thumbs up. Your relationship with yourself sets the foundation for every other relationship in your life.
Thing number 4, your genuine interest in life and learning. The fourth thing older men notice is your relationship with life itself, whether you're still curious, engaged, and growing, or whether you've mentally retired from new experiences and learning. Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Men over 60 are attracted to women who still examine life with curiosity, who ask questions, who remain interested in growing and discovering new things about themselves and the world. James, 67, described what drew him to Patricia. During our first conversation, she asked me questions I hadn't thought about in years. Not just, "What do you do?" but, "What's the most surprising thing you've learned about yourself recently?" She was genuinely curious about ideas, about people, about experiences. I realized I'd been dating women who had stopped growing intellectually, and being with Patricia made me feel more alive and engaged with life again. Mature men pay attention to whether you ask thoughtful questions about topics beyond surface level, show interest in learning new things, engage with current events and ideas, have opinions and can discuss them respectfully. Maintain curiosity about other people's experiences and perspectives. This quality is magnetic because it signals that a relationship with you will continue to evolve and deepen rather than becoming stagnant. Men who are still growing themselves are drawn to women who are on similar journeys of discovery and expansion.
Thing number 5, your emotional availability and openness. The fifth and perhaps most crucial thing older men notice is your emotional availability, whether you're genuinely open to connection or still protecting yourself from past hurts in ways that prevent real intimacy. Rumi wrote, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." Mature men have developed the wisdom to quickly sense whether a woman has removed those barriers or is still operating from a place of emotional guardedness. William, 66, shared, "I could tell within the first hour of talking with Carol whether she was emotionally available or not.
Some women I dated were still so hurt from past relationships that they kept me at arm's length, always testing or waiting for me to prove myself. But Carol was open, not naive or without boundaries, but genuinely available for real connection. That openness was incredibly attractive because it meant we could build something real together. Men notice whether you bring past relationship baggage into new interactions, seem open to vulnerability and deeper connection, trust at appropriate levels rather than overprotecting yourself, can discuss emotions without becoming overwhelmed, approach new relationships with hope rather than cynicism. Are you recognizing the importance of emotional availability in creating deeper connections? Leave a comment below about how openness has impacted your relationships. The distinction is crucial. This isn't about being naive or unprotected. It's about having done enough healing work that you can approach new love with an open heart while maintaining healthy boundaries.
The integration. Why these 5 things matter more than appearance. These 5 qualities, positive energy, kindness to others, self-acceptance, curiosity about life, and emotional availability, create what mature men really find irresistible: the promise of a peaceful, growth-oriented, emotionally fulfilling relationship. Think about it. By 60, most men have learned that physical attraction fades, but these deeper qualities determine whether a relationship becomes a source of joy and growth or stress and stagnation. They've experienced enough to know that a woman who possesses these 5 qualities will enhance their life in ways that looks never could. The beautiful truth about aging and attraction. Here's what's truly beautiful about this. These 5 qualities often become stronger with age, not weaker. Life experience teaches us emotional regulation. Wisdom brings self-acceptance, and maturity often increases our capacity for genuine kindness and curiosity. You're not competing with younger women on their terms. You're offering something they often haven't developed yet: emotional depth, genuine kindness, self-knowledge, intellectual curiosity, and the wisdom that comes from having lived and learned. The selection process. These qualities also work as a natural selection process. Men who are only interested in surface-level attributes won't be drawn to these deeper qualities, which is actually perfect. It filters out men who wouldn't appreciate your true value anyway. The men who notice and are attracted to your positive energy, kindness, self-acceptance, curiosity, and emotional availability are the ones capable of the kind of deep, meaningful relationship you deserve.
The next time you're preparing to meet someone new, instead of focusing on covering gray roots or choosing the most flattering outfit, remember what truly matters. Bring your authentic, positive energy. Let your natural kindness shine. Embrace your self-acceptance. Engage your curiosity about life and people, and open your heart to genuine connection. These qualities make you magnetic, not because they're tactics, but because they reflect the beautiful woman you've become through living, learning, and growing. Trust in their power. Mature men definitely notice them first. If this video opened your eyes to your true attractive power, make sure to subscribe to Wise Advice for Elderly and share this with a friend who needs to hear this message. Let me know in the comments which of these 5 qualities feels most natural to you. And remember, the right man will notice and appreciate the real you before he even thinks about anything else. Remember, beautiful soul, what makes you truly attractive has only grown stronger with age. These aren't qualities you need to develop. They're gifts you've already cultivated through living fully. Let them shine, and watch how the right kind of man responds to the authentic, magnificent woman you've become.